Hey there, real quick before we get into the episode, I just want to ask you a huge favor. As you know, this podcast isn't monetized, and I really hope to keep it that way. And so, what would really be awesome is if you did me the favor of passing it forward, paying it forward. Hit that share button if you want to share this particular episode, or share the entire podcast. Post it on your stories or in your social media, or share it directly with any individual that you might think would appreciate and enjoy this content. I really want to continue giving you value for free, sharing this information with you, because my mission is to help you on your journeys, right? And as I said, if you're finding this stuff helpful, chances are there's somebody else out there that will. So again, do me a quick favor, hit that share button, and let's get this message out. All right, on with the show. Path Media. You want your audience to be conditioned and get used to being asked to do something, right? Hi, my name is Ronnie Cruz. After almost 2 decades as a career network marketer, I realized that despite continual work on my personal and professional development, that I had hit a massive brick wall. So I took a deep and honest look at myself, top to bottom, hoping to find answers, and my search led me to one conclusion. The definitions I held of my business, of my world, of my life were the very things holding me back. If I wanted to change, if I wanted to grow beyond my current circumstances, I had to wipe the slate clean and redefine. This show is dedicated to helping you identify the belief systems, the mindsets, the very definitions that have held you back, and then help you break through those limitations to finally create the life you've been working so hard to achieve. Welcome to the Redefine Podcast. All right, welcome back to the show. Thanks for tuning in. Today, I'm finally going to share with you my content structure, the social media strategy, this marketing funnel that I'm rolling out right now. It's going to be a really, really simple framework that I'm sharing with you that you can then use, or you can then take and adapt to your specific needs. So that's actually the first place I want to start. I want you to understand that these aren't rules, right? I don't think I've ever given you, rules on this show, right? Like the Redefine Podcast is all about breaking away from rules, breaking away from constraints, because that's all rules are. Rules constrain, rules box you in, rules stifle creativity. And with everything that I teach, I want you to always be creative, so that then you can be free to adapt and tweak and fix things so that you can maximize it for your own experience, right? And same thing with this framework. It's a very, very basic framework that you can follow, and that you can then again tweak and adapt and personalize to make it your own, right? All right, so that's definitely something I want you to keep in the back of your mind. Just adapt this to your needs. It's not set in stone. Okay, so let's just dive right into it then. The first step, of course, in the framework is the content. That's everything rests on the content because it's in the front of the funnel. As we talked about in the last episode, the primary purpose of the content is to grow your audience. Now, with that in mind, for me, what I've done is I've started a new Instagram account. My strategy right now is focused around short form, specifically Instagram. And so I started a new Instagram account. Now, why did I do that? I did this because I want my content to be focused, and I have a much clearer idea and very specific idea of who my customer avatar is, right? Who the audience is that I want to attract with this specific content. My existing or my original Instagram account is kind of all over the place. I mean, I've had it since 2012. It started off as like my personal account, so there's photos of travels and things like that. And then, right now, currently, I talk about all kinds of stuff, marketing. I talk about social media. I talk about business. I talk about mindset. I talk about fitness. I talk about health and well-being. You know what I mean? Like, it's just kind of all over the place. And so I wanted this specific campaign to be very, very focused. And that's why I started a new account. Now, for you, you don't necessarily have to start a new account, but understand that the framework itself will work for really pretty much anything. Your existing account, your a new kind of content that you're putting out, and it will work across different platforms. If this framework, you can build this framework with any kind of content creation and publishing, blogs, Facebook, podcasts, things like that, as well as of course, short form. So Step number one, getting back to it, sorry, that was a lengthy explanation. Step number one is to grow your audience, right? And so I want you to be very clear as far as who you want to attract, right? Know and understand the audience that you're trying to attract, and then create content around that. Create compelling content that's going to attract that audience. The other thing too, backtracking to adaptability and being flexible. Don't worry about having all of this dialed in from the very beginning, right? This is something that you're going to tweak and dial in as you go. Even for me, the thing that I'm rolling out right now, it's going to get dialed in and more dialed in as I go, and so that adaptability that I talked about it also applies to the stuff that you're doing in real time. I want you to be able to have the mindset of looking at specific cogs and wheels in your machinery and tweaking those and dialing those in as you go, so that you can, make it more effective as you go. You won't be able to know for sure what's the most effective until you get it off the ground. So you have to get it off the ground. Don't worry about, thinking that you have to get it 100% dialed in before you even post your first piece of content, right? So you're going to dial it in as you go, basically. So that's the first thing, right? Understanding, and really being clear about your customer avatar, and then creating compelling content to attract that audience, right? To attract that audience. Now, remember, that's the primary purpose of your content. There are other purposes. The second purpose for your content is to lead them to the next step. So this is the second step in the framework. It's call to action, right? If you're, again, like me, starting a new account, it can be something as simple as like and follow, right? Like and follow for more. If you're providing value, it's an easy ask, right? It's an easy ask. And so just something as simple as liking and follow, or asking them a question in the content, and then leave your answer in the comment section below. Stuff to help them engage, share, like and share, things like that, right? Those are simple asks, because you want your audience to be conditioned and get used to being asked to do something, right? All right, because ultimately, what you'll need to do is then have a call to action to invite them to something off platform, right? You definitely want to get your audience off the social media platform, because you can't just rely on the platform itself. You have to give them something else, and especially when it comes to, I'm not going to talk about email marketing, but especially when it comes to building your email list, that's something that you can control. But also too, it's because, well, if you're doing a presentation, or if you're giving out a free resource, if you're selling something, it's really tough to sell something within the platform itself. Your conversion is going to be higher as you continue to provide value, and that's a principle for the marketing funnel. As your audience steps deeper into and through the funnel, you want to increase that value, and there's only so much value you can give on the platform itself. And of course, I'm speaking very, very narrowly specific to the short form platform. So you're going to ask them to step off a platform with a free resource. For me, that call to action is going to be inviting them to a presentation of me teaching exactly this, right? Teaching them, it's something going to be, I don't have an exact title for it yet, but it's going to be a blueprint on how to generate $500 to $1,000 a month using social media. Pretty much doing what you're kind of already doing anyways, because most people are spending at least 2 hours a day on social media. Why not turn that time into productive time and start generating income? So that's kind of what I'm going to be leading to when I do that call to action. Again, there's still the like and follow and share, but then you want them off that platform into a presentation, because then the next piece of the framework is the presentation itself. Yes, of course, will be selling something in that presentation. It's attached to the free resource, which you can then use. Like they can do whatever they want with the blueprint, and they can apply it. And I'm always giving value, but at the tail end of it, I'm going to give them a vehicle to apply that framework to that blueprint to where they can actually then have a complete picture of how to create that $500 to $1,000 a month using the entire equation. The blueprint itself, or the thing that I'm teaching, the resource that I'm teaching, they can apply to anything that they want to sell. But I might as well also offer something that they can sell that benefits me, right? Yes, there's huge amount of value and the tremendous amount of information they could benefit from already. But here's an added thing that will help you. It includes, of course, products and services, because I'm I'm in network marketing. If you just join our business model, we have products that you can sell. Of course, we have the community. You have me directly as a coach. I'll teach you exactly what to do, and I'll help you get this on its feet. I'll help you with your own branding. I'll help you with your content. I'll help you every step of the way, right? All right, so yeah, I mean, it's really simple. It's really simple, and even if it's not network marketing related, if it's like a product or service that you're trying to kind of sell on that back end at the end of the funnel, keep giving that free value, right? And then attach the sale to the free value that you're giving in the presentation, right? And like, let's say, for instance, if it's a health product, if you really just want to focus on selling the products, you and this is just spitballing, you can do my 5 pillars of health and fitness, right? Super simple. And then, okay, this is at the end of it, hey, guys, this is a specific product that I use that's helped me maximize my health and fitness, that's helped with my recovery, that's helped with my whatever it might be, depending on the specific product. But I mean, you can get really, really creative with this, and you can tailor the presentation to any specific need. I think the most important part is that you're providing that free value, because that's what's going to get them to opt in to attend that presentation, right? So I mean, it's really simple. Again, the framework is create the content that's compelling and that will attract and grow your audience. Condition that audience to then take the next step, and that next step could be like and follow and share, and also that next step is inviting them to the presentation. The presentation is the third piece of the framework, and that could be giving more free value with an ask and a sale at the end of it, right? It's simple. It really is very, very simple. And of course, there's little details and mechanics and logistics about, okay, what kind of presentation, webinar, things like that. But that's, I mean, it's 2024. If you don't know how to use Zoom by now, then message me and I'll teach you how to use Zoom and how to do a presentation. But I mean, like, it's all very, very basic. And again, you can learn this as you go. This is something that a 7-year-old honestly can do, especially because it's technology based. Like the next generation, the kids are more tech savvy than I know I will ever be. They're already well ahead of the game because they grew up with this stuff, right? So I actually feel like I'm playing catch up. But even for a troglodyte like me, that's a good word, $10 word there. A troglodyte like me, this process is so simple, and this framework is so simple that I can I can maximize it. It can be effective for me, right? So again, the framework's super simple. Content creation to attract your audience and grow that audience. Content creation to lead that audience to the next step. The next step then is the presentation. Present them with more free value, and you have an ask at the end of that presentation. Simple. If you have any questions about this, of course, message me, reach out to me, and I'm happy to coach you through it and walk you through creating your own framework, or building your own strategy around this framework. Reach out to me on the new account. It's M. Ronnie Cruz. It's like focused and centered around me being on at my house, at my cabin in the mountains. So you're going to see mostly mountain content with value in it, of course. But yeah, just message me there, connect with me there, and then ask me any questions about the specific framework, because I definitely want to help you out, and get it going. Because it's really, once you understand it, once you really get a grasp of it, you'll see how absolutely simple it is to start generating sales with content. And again, it's something that most people are already doing, spending at least 2 hours on a day, might as well, cash in on those 2 hours, right? Might as well make it a productive 2 hours that's going to generate income. All right, so that's going to do it. Hopefully that helps. Of course, more from me in the next episode. So until then, be well, be safe. We'll see you in the next episode.